Hi, I'm Brad Smart, and the title of this Top Grading Tips article is The Top Grading Profile of an A Player. Do you have difficulty figuring out whether someone in the company, or a candidate for selection, is an A, B, or C player? If so, you're in good company, for frankly, only companies with the most sophisticated human resources methods have it nailed. But this article should help, since it shares the experience of top grading professionals who are constantly helping clients put people in the right categories. It's these distinctions that allow you a measurable way to assess talent and build a winning team. Excuse me. In many companies, A player refers to someone who is highly promotable. Top grading definitions of A, B, and C are different. A, B, and C to top graders refer to current ability, not promotability. But then we break down just the A player category into promotability levels. Let me explain. First of all, here's the definition of A player: one who qualifies among the top 10% of talent available for a position. An A player, then, is best of class. Available means the candidate is willing to accept a job offer at the given compensation level with whatever bonus comes with it in that specific company, in that particular industry, in that location, with specific accountabilities and resources and reporting to a specific person. All these might vary and vary in a way that would alter a person's willingness to go to work for you. For example, if you're a terrific leader, you're going to have a lot more candidates, quote, available to you than if you're a lousy leader. A player potential is the second designation. That's someone who is predicted to achieve A player status, usually in 6 to 12 months. A B player is someone in the next 25%, that is below the A player 10%. So it's the next 25% of talent available given the same criteria above. These are employees who are typically okay or adequate, but marginal performers who lack the potential to be high performers and who are not as good as others who are available for the same pay. That's why they're B players rather than A players or A potentials. B players, by definition, are unable, despite training and coaching, to rise to A player status. However, if there's a job in which they can qualify for an A player, hey, maybe they should be considered for it. A C player is in the next 35%. If the A player is top 10% and the B player is 25%, okay, that's combined 35%, and C player is just the next 35% below that. And we don't go any lower than that. So C player is the next 35% of talent available for a job. And C players, of course, are your chronic underperformers. The only acceptable categories are A player and A potential. But we break down A player, a high performer, into three categories based on promotability. An A1 is someone promotable 2 levels. An A2 is someone promotable 1 level. An A3 is someone who is a high performer, but just not promotable. Here's the explanation. The not promotable stalker, sales rep, or first level supervisor who is an A3 is a high performer, an A player, but just not promotable. Okay? They're highly motivated. They achieve excellent results. They're great with customers. They're totally reliable. They're honest and very resourceful in finding ways to be more effective in driving the company mission. So value all your A players, including the many who are the heart and soul of your company, the A3s who are terrific but just not promotable. How do A, B, and C players differ on key competencies? Well, you're going to have to go to the article now to see a chart. And the chart is a bit simplistic because not all A players are that great on all competencies, and not all C players are that bad on all competencies. And for management jobs, top graders look at 50 competencies, and the chart has only 8, just a sample. For example, resourcefulness we consider to be perhaps the most important of all competencies. And the definition for the A player, the high performer, for resourcefulness is demonstrates impressive ability to find ways over, around, or through barriers to success. Exhibits a can-do attitude. The C player is defeated by obstacles, constantly delegates to bosses, people like you. And the B player definition is occasionally finds a solution, relies on others to figure it out. So we do have pretty good practical definitions for all competencies. And by looking at what is typical for A, B, and C player, it might help you to figure out who your A, B, and C players are. What are the best ways to identify A's, B's, and C's? I'm a little biased, but assess employees using top grading methods. You might already know that my first consulting engagement with General Electric was to improve their success picking A players. They improved from 25% to well over 90% success using top grading methods to both assess candidates for hire and for promotion. The methods are quite the same. 2 trained interviewers conduct the tandem top grading interview, and if there are internal candidates for promotion, instead of talking to outside references, the interviews talk with bosses, peers, and subordinates in the company. What you do in those top grading interviews? Well, I have entire books on the subject, but the shortest answer is look for patterns of success. The magic of top grading comes from understanding, bottom line, how successful a person was in job 1, then job 2, job 3, and job 4, and the patterns of how they evolved across all their jobs reveals whether they're an A, B, and C for your particular job. In summary, extensive research shows that 75% of people hired or promoted turn out to not be A players or A potentials. Top grading methods regularly achieve 80% plus success. You can read 40 case studies in which the average company, which is named by the way, improved from 26 to 85% A players hired and promoted. And you can read those case studies at www.topgradingcasestudies.com. Until next time, top grade your team and you will top grade your profits.